Hey there, and welcome to the Spirit Animal reading for September 23rd, 2018. This is one of a series of readings I'm doing all throughout the month of September. This is Christy Martin with BrightSpiritRising.com. All right, so today I'm using my Spirit Animal Awareness Oracle card deck, and the card that I drew was Salmon. So, salmon is one of the very few fish that lives in both fresh and salt water. Okay, so the eggs are laid in fresh water. The young salmon live in their native river for several years. And then when they get to a certain point of maturity, they go through a transformation. It's called smoltification. So they become a smolt, which is sort of like this intermediary stage. And so when they go through that, then they eventually enter the water, the ocean, and live in the ocean for a while before they return to their native river to spawn. So salmon really represent a type of transformation. I associate them with ascension, but it could be really any kind of growth kind of transformation or maturity type of transformation. So let's take a look at that. If you are undergoing any sort of that sort of transformation, and it could be literally ascension, it also could be, moving into a different stage of adulthood, a different stage of maturity. It could be an intellectual maturing, it could be a spiritual maturing, it could be an emotional maturing. Okay, there's going to be this transformation from one state to the next. And the interesting thing about salmon is that they have to go through this series of physiological body changes in order to withstand the new environment. So as they do that, ideally they seek out an estuary situation, and that is the mouth of a river where the salt water kind of flows in and out, and so it's this middle ground between the two environments, so that they're kind of almost literally getting their feet wet if they had little feet, getting their fins wet in the new situation without entirely leaving the old. All right, so what is this? Where does this lead us into our own personal lives? Well, if you are undergoing such a transformation, understand that it does take time to acclimate from one state of being to the next. It doesn't happen overnight, and that there's this necessity for a period of time where you're kind of doing both. You've got sort of both identities going at once, and you may shift back and forth, just like the seawater washes in and out of the estuary. You might find yourself shifting back and forth from one state to another, from a state of confidence to a state of uncertainty, from a state of maybe spiritual joy to despair, whatever it is that you may be experiencing this just transition period, and know that this is a normal, necessary part of transition, and just to extend compassion to yourself for that. And possibly you may want to look for a situation that allows you to be in this middle ground. Um, I I'm a freelance writer as well as doing this, and one of my clients is a consultant for large corporations, and I do some blogging for him. And one of our latest blogs, he was telling me about training people to do organization design work, which is pretty complex, and that a lot of the trainees are uncertain and kind of scared to do it with good reason, go out on their own. And what he suggested is a good thing to do is to have a mentor there, just to, kind of be there as a sounding board, as somebody to provide feedback while they, so that they can kind of cut their teeth safely. And so finding a situation like that where you can do things in sort of a practice manner and a safe manner, having a mentor, that kind of thing, can be very, very helpful in any kind of transition. So, whether it's a mentor in a business situation, whether it's a spiritual mentor, or it could be some other situation where you can set up where you can do things, without being fully having to step into your full power right away. Or it could be as simple as simply allowing yourself the time and space and rest that you need to, as you're going through this transition, to help you just get used to the new way of being or acclimate to it. All right, so hope this was helpful. And if you've enjoyed, please share this video on Facebook or wherever you happen to be. Click like and subscribe if you would like to receive notice of future videos. You can always hit that bell to receive notifications. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you tomorrow.